So how do we follow the green lights of life? Well, this was something that I got from driving. I made another video about Are You Always in a Rush? That's the title. And I like to I force my way through. Can't you go any faster? Why'd you do that? Why isn't this light turning green? I get so frustrated when I'm driving, and that video that I talked about was about breathing, about staying in the moment and enjoying the process. Because if you can't enjoy that moment, if you can't enjoy the process, then for me, what I've noticed is even when I get to my destination, and that can be a metaphor for a goal, when I get the goal, I don't enjoy it because I'm never in that process of enjoying the moment. So it's never enough. It's always, can we go faster? It's always, can I get more? It's always, can I whatever? And that leads into addiction, and that leads into all these things where it's never enough. Taking a moment, breathing, meditation, prayer, all these practices that I've been talking about in these videos allow me to stay in the moment a little bit better. Well, in regard to green lights, I was driving and I was trying to force my way through, and I was upset that things were red. And I started to realize, look, I can take many different routes to where I want to go because I know the streets that I'm on. And like a GPS, they sometimes have 3 different routes. Some might be longer, some might have more turns, some might be with tolls. Well, I started to realize, hey, I can go this way where traffic is, or I can take a little bit longer route. And my whole thing is I want to get there faster. I want to get things done. I'm sick of waiting. Well, I started to just take the green lights as they came. And it was just, I think, two things that happened. I looked down a path one way and I was going to make a left, and then I saw that it was clear to my right. And so I took that path. And then as I took that path, it was then I turned, and then there was another green light, and then a light turned red, and then I could take a right, and I was going to end up on the same area. So it was like things just went. Instead of stopping and getting frustrated at the red, I took the right. Instead of looking where everything was trafficked and it was a faster direction, I went the opposite way, and then I ended up catching a green light and then going. So what do I mean by this in regard to life? Well, if you're not aware of the things that are happening around you, you might not be noticing the opportunities or the green lights, let's just say, these little nudges that say, hey, go this way, take this direction. And again, meditation is something that I mention a lot because that allows you to become more aware and allows you to be more present so you can notice those things. So it's not necessarily take the path of least resistance. That might be what you're interpreting as I'm saying, hey, only go with the good stuff, only go with the green lights that are keeping things flowing. But that flow is kind of like not necessarily taking the path of least resistance, but it's taking the path that's set out in front of you. And what I want to kind of convey in this whole message is it's not my path. I try to force my way through. I try to make things my way, and that's when I get frustrated. Why isn't this person doing what I want on the road? Why isn't this light turning green for me? I don't care that there's other people going the other way. I only care about me. And what I'm talking about with green lights and the green lights of life is these nudges from, you might call it God, your higher power, the universe, whatever you believe might be greater than you. And if you don't believe anything's greater than you, then you'll be like me, or you might be like me, maybe not, maybe you have a better temperament, but then it's my way or the highway, as they say. I mean, to keep it a car metaphor. Well, if you're noticing these little nudges that God's saying, it's not necessarily going to be that your life is all perfect and there's never going to be any disruptions and things and challenges. But I think it's just better suited for your overall state of mind and peace of mind. And for me, that's what I want in life. What I really, truly want. I don't want money. I don't want fame. I don't want whatever. I mean, my number one, I would love those things. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have a ton of money. I would love to have a ton of notoriety and respect and all that. But my real deepest want and desire is to have peace of mind and to have a sense of peace. And I get in my own way because of that. But when I step back and I say, you got it, God. Whatever it is that you want me to do, where's the green lights in my life? If you're telling me to go this way, okay. Now, you have to be careful because the green light might be something not good for you. But the way that you can kind of check that is who benefits in this situation, right? Is it just me, or is it me and everyone else around me? Those are usually the things that are, I would say, divinely inspired, because that's what life is all about. We live to survive and replicate our genetics. I mean, that's one of our purposes, right? But I think another thing is we live in communities. We're social beings. We cannot live on an island by ourselves. We could survive, but we cannot thrive that way. To use another cliche of rhyme, it's so true though. And we live in societies and people live in cities. And even if you live out in the boonies, you still gotta, communicate and do these things. Of course you can live very limited, but I think when you benefit not only yourself, the people around you, the society at greater lengths, that's what living is all about. And we've seen that with what we've done, and especially in the 20th century, where we've had all of this access and we've shared and wealth. And, now we're getting to the point where we have so much, we've spread so much, we're creating our own problems. And for me, I'm a victim of that. I create all these problems in my head because I have too much free time or I have too much access to things. And that's not peace of mind. What I want is this peace of mind. And you're not going to find that if you think that you're God, or if we think that we're God, because we've created all this beauty, we've created all this access, we've created these miracle, things that I'm using right now. I'm using my phone to record. I've got a little light here. I've got, house. I've got all, it's just amazing what we've been able to create. But if we start believing that we are the creator and we're not subservient to something greater than ourselves, we don't have that humility, then when things don't go our way, when things don't go JD's way, my way, then all hell breaks loose. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, that light should be green because I'm going this way. Don't you know who I am? I mean, it sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but that's me living in life, and that's not peaceful. I want a sense of peace. I want a sense of calmness, serenity. And with that, I want to take these green lights. I want to flow with the traffic. I want to flow with how I'm going about life, my trajectory, my GPS, calculated map, my route. I want that to be, I don't necessarily want to say effortless, but I want it to be in a flow. We have to incorporate challenges and difficulty in our life, but if they're more of an oppression, like, hey, I'm getting trapped in this. Hey, I didn't choose this. That's different than when you can choose the challenges in your own life and you can create for yourself difficulties that make you better, like what I do with strength training. When you strength train, that difficult, muscular burn creates muscular strength and muscular size and tone and shape and bone density and all these benefits. But I'm choosing that. If I was oppressed and someone was forcing me to do something, that'd be a different case. But what we need in society is to interject on our own behalf and challenge ourselves. Whereas I'm getting in my own way when I don't think that things are going exactly how I should. I'm creating challenges that are not giving any benefit. They're just creating more negative and more, for my own goals, more stress and more unease in my mind. Whereas I want the opposite. I want that peace. When I give my will and my life over to God and I say, what path do you want me to take? Well, hey, you said that you want to be peaceful. Take this path. Okay? Make this decision. This is going to be better for you because you're not lying about it. You're going to feel better about it because you're not going to have to do these terrible things that will cause you that uneasy state of being. So following the green lights, there's many different paths to where, or many different routes that you can get to the same location. For me, I'm trying to find what God's will should be for my life. And by that, I've got to take these nudges. Hey, go this direction. Hey, go that direction. Hey, talk to this person. Hey, don't talk to this person. The more I meditate, the more I pray, the more I can get in alignment with God's will. But it's easy for me to snap back in. Like I was saying, I was just doing it the other day, or getting frustrated. On a small end, that's one end where I'm in the car. We're on a large end, it's thinking about life decisions. relationship decisions, all these types of things that dictate where you might be for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So follow the green lights in life. Hope that helped. And until next time, I'll see you then.